Bitcoin price. We have a new monthly close all-time high in Bitcoin. It's $102,000. Not only is it a new monthly close, it's also the first monthly close above 100K. I expect a lot more all-time highs this year.
Welcome back to our channel, and we have Plan B's mind-blowing Bitcoin prediction for 2025. You won't believe this. Before we dive in, take a second to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps us bring you the latest, most explosive crypto insights. And trust me, you do not want to miss this one. Now, let's talk about Plan B's shocking Bitcoin price prediction for 2025. And trust me, it's not just bullish, it's mind-blowing. If you've been in the crypto space long enough, you've probably heard of Plan B, the analyst behind the famous stock-to-flow (S2F) model, one of the most debated yet widely followed Bitcoin valuation models. Whether you love it or hate it, when Plan B makes a prediction, the entire crypto world stops and listens. And his latest forecast for Bitcoin in 2025, it's sending shockwaves across the market. A massive move incoming? According to Plan B, Bitcoin's price is on track to reach an absolutely insane number in 2025, driven by a combination of factors that could push BTC into completely uncharted territory. So, what's fueling this explosive prediction? The 2024 Bitcoin halving. We all know that every Bitcoin halving event has historically triggered a supply shock, reducing the new BTC entering circulation. Plan B's model suggests that the 2024 halving will be the most significant one yet, setting the stage for an explosive price surge in 2025. Institutional adoption on steroids. BlackRock, Fidelity, and the world's largest financial players are racing into Bitcoin. With the approval of Bitcoin ETFs, Wall Street money is pouring in like never before. What happens when demand skyrockets while supply shrinks? A supply squeeze of epic proportions. 3. Stock-to-flow model's prediction. Plan B's model has made some stunningly accurate predictions in the past, and if it holds, we could be looking at Bitcoin reaching higher six-figure territory, or even more. Yes, you heard that right. Bitcoin over 500K? Some analysts think it's possible, but is this realistic or just another moonboy fantasy? That's the big question. Some critics argue that the stock-to-flow model is flawed, pointing out that Bitcoin's market dynamics are evolving. But one thing's for sure, 2025 is shaping up to be Bitcoin's biggest year yet. So what do you think? Could Bitcoin actually hit these insane price levels in 2025? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Now let's break down the exact numbers behind Plan B's shocking prediction.
We have a new monthly close all-time high in Bitcoin. It's $102,000. Not only is it a new monthly close, it's also the first monthly close above 100K. So I know it feels a bit disappointing, and that we should be higher with Trump and the ETF inflow, MicroStrategy and all that. It feels a bit delayed, but I guess we need a little bit of patience, because as we discussed in last videos, new all-time highs, which are basically the red dots, it's RSI, we'll come back to that in a minute, but the new all-time highs are clustered. So once there is an all-time high, it's very likely there will be another all-time high, and you can see that very clearly from this chart. So I expect a lot more all-time highs this year, and this is exactly, by the way, why I prefer the stock-to-flow model over, for example, the power law model. The clustered non-linear jumps are what defines the price of Bitcoin, and it's not gradually over time. It's especially those short periods of time where the Bitcoin jumps to the next level. And it's also the basis for my stock-to-flow trading rule that says that all the Bitcoin gains are 6 months before the halving until 18 months after the halving. Every halving, it's the same pattern. And well, up till now, it also holds for this 2024 halving. So if we talk about colors, look at the RSI, the relative strength index. It's 76 right now. Orange, 76 is above 50. So it's an uptrend from 14 months, right? It's a relative strength index is calculated over a certain period. It's 14 months. So there is a uptrend, not as steep as a red period would be, with RSIs of 80 and higher. RSI is 76, so it's a relatively okay uptrend, but not the FOMO part. The orange is very comparable to the end of 2020, or even more to the beginning of 2017. So we had orange, yellow, orange. Same here, orange, yellow, orange. Or even if we compare it to 2013, the orange was the start of this, well, cluster of all-time highs, if you will, cluster of RSIs of 80 or higher. And I expect many months this year in 2025 with an RSI of 80 or higher. In fact, to be specific, I expect at least 3, possibly 4 or 5 months of red dots, which means an RSI of 80 and higher. Now, what's very interesting, if we look historically at those points where the RSI was 80 or higher, then we'll see that the average return in those periods, in that red dot areas, was 40% plus. So that means a 1 month of 40% plus would be from today's 100K, 140 in February. And, well, since I expect multiple months of red dots, at least 3 times 40% would bring us from 100K to 270K, which is about here somewhere. This is the 300K line. So that's the absolute minimum Bitcoin price that I expect in 2025, 270,000. Now, if we look at 4 months of 40%, that would bring the current 100K to $380,000. And 5 months would even bring it to $530,000. So that's above this dotted line. So we'll see what happens. These numbers, the 270, 380, and $530,000 Bitcoin, are much higher than what most people expect. In fact, today's poll on Twitter, on X, shows that 3 out of 4 people can't even imagine one single plus 40% monthly move, because they haven't been in those periods. They don't know what it is. They think that's a thing of the past and it can't happen in the future. What I think, it will most certainly happen again. Very interesting to see. 200-week moving average, the black line, it's at 44 right now. Up 1,000K from last month, from December. And in my opinion, that slow increase will go faster next couple of months. So I think the black line, the moving average, will curve upwards like it did in 2020, 21, 2017, and here in 2013. So I think this black line will curve upwards. Then realized price, the gray line. It's the cost price of the buyers of the last 2 years, right? Here's the 2 years realized price. Cost price of the on-chain buyers last 2 years. It is $74,000, up from 71 in December. And by the way, the total realized price, so of all the on-chain buyers ever, is 43,000. So that's the same level, comparable level to the 200-week moving average. But what we see is that the realized prices are increasing about 5% each month. That's good. That's a bull market thing, but it's less than I expected. I expect 10% or 20% increases in realized prices this year. So that means that prices have to go up considerably to make that happen. Now, for the stock to flow, it predicts this average price of about $500,000 for the halving period 2024 to 2028, with a standard deviation. Of course, it will not be exactly 500,000. So the standard deviation is 2 times that, 1 million, or divided by 250K. And mind you, most other models, for example, the power law model, expect much lower prices. They expect something like we go from the current 100,000 to a 200,000 top this year, and then we crash back to below 100K. So that's much lower than even the lower band of the stock to flow model of 250K, and also lower than the 270,000 that we talked about, based on 40% increases this year. 3 red dots, 3 RSI months of 80 plus. So very interesting to see what happens next. And as always, all models are wrong. Some are useful. Models are simplifications of reality.
And that's a wrap on Plan B's mind-blowing prediction for Bitcoin in 2025. So, what do you think? Is this price prediction too good to be true? Or are we about to witness Bitcoin rewrite its history? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear your take. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to stay updated on all things Bitcoin, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow crypto enthusiasts, and comment your thoughts. And of course, if you're new here, subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay ahead of the curve. We've got so much more in store for you. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one, where we'll keep breaking down the crypto world one prediction at a time. Stay bullish, my friends.